If you just force yourself to go sleep at the same time every single day for 1 month, you will run faster. My name is Yahia, I'm 17, and I just ran my first half marathon in 2 hours and 20 minutes. And sleep has been the most important tool I'm utilizing to train for my marathon in November. Here's the thing, I always knew sleep was important, but I never really understood how much it matters. Your recovery, your energy, your sleep, your discipline, literally everything, bruh. Leading up to my half marathon, I was so excited and nervous that I had such a hard time sleeping that whole week. Whenever I would go to bed, just after a few minutes of not being able to sleep, some tossing and turning, I would convince myself that I still need some time to unwind and I wasn't ready to go to bed just yet. I would end up scrolling on my phone, consuming random brain rot and running videos that didn't only make me more anxious and nervous for the race, it overwhelmed my brain with information. That happened every single night leading up to the race. And on race night, I stupidly made that same mistake again. And what do you think happened? I of course didn't get enough sleep. I was so sleep deprived that when my alarm rang that morning, I literally considered if I should wake up or just sleep in and skip the race. Not to even mention my race performance, down the gutter. My goal was to finish in less than 2 hours. But about 2 months out from the race, my performance started tanking, mainly because of late night gaming, scrolling, and just being a degenerate overall. And the thing about sleep is, it not only makes you tired, it eats away at your discipline. At the start, I would only skip an easy run every week or so. If you don't know, easy runs are where you maintain a conversational pace throughout the run, and it's the easiest form of running. But as my discipline grew worse, I would skip my speed workouts on most of the weeks because I didn't feel 100%. I only did those easy runs leading up to the race.
By the way, that means that I was only training my endurance, which I already knew was good enough, and I was leaving the speed work, which I knew I needed.
And I didn't realize just how stupid that was until during the race, I couldn't even keep my goal pace. That's when reality hit me, and I knew I needed to change something about this shitty sleep. This is exactly what sleep does for us runners. First of all, it helps with muscle recovery, energy refill, injury prevention, mental sharpness, and lastly, hormone and mood regulation. I always knew how to sleep well. You probably also do. My problem was sleeping on time, and school made it even more worse. I'd go to bed late, wake up early, and be miserable the whole day. Then, I'd nap at random times, messing my circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is your body's internal clock that tells you when you want to fall asleep and when you want to wake up. Once it's off, everything else becomes harder. And here's exactly how I fixed it and how I fall asleep almost every night within 20 minutes. My biggest tip is having a strict bedtime. This one's a game changer for me. A recent study shows that consistent sleep correlates with better health and better overall sleep. And ever since I started having a consistent bedtime, waking up at 5 in the morning and going to sleep at 8 has never been so easier. And with this evening routine, I fall asleep within 20 minutes every single night. And here's the routine. For me, stopping caffeine 10 hours before bed is non-negotiable. Studies have shown that caffeine has up to a 12-hour half-life. That means if you would consume caffeine at noon, it could still be in your system by midnight. That's why, for me, it's so important to avoid caffeine at all costs. Second, no stimulating phone use. People always tell you that you should completely avoid phone usage 2 hours before bed, but I found that that's mostly bullshit. I just have no stimulating content, so no news, no scrolling, nothing that could get me emotional. And third, using a blue light blocker. Blue light gives your brain signals to not release melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that helps you fall asleep and tells your body when it should fall asleep. And for the blue light blockers, easiest fix is just have a blue light filter or a red tint filter on your devices. I use this application, it's called f.lux. It should be on screen right now. Or a more expensive fix, you could buy blue light blocking glasses, these red ones. It's gonna be on screen right now. That's all a couple hours before you go to bed. But if you want to fall asleep right now, you will want to hear this. From personal experience, if you meditate about 5 minutes before bed, it should relax your whole body and help you fall asleep so much faster. It literally just knocks me right out when I do it. When I get thoughts before bed, I prefer just brain dumping them on a piece of paper because that just clears up my brain and doesn't let me think about anything else. After that, I usually just go to bed, tape my mouth shut. That's gonna help you not breathe from your mouth and breathe from your nose. And you're just not gonna choke when you're sleeping, and you're not gonna wake up randomly in the middle of the night with your throat dry. After that, I hop into bed. I have my Kindle in hand on the lowest brightness, and I read until my eyes shut down. And to have the best sleep, you preferably want a dark, quiet, and cold room. What I do is turn the fan on, put my eye mask on, and for the quiet room bit, I usually just play some white noise on my phone, and that just drowns out any other noises during the night. And if you actually want to wake up and feel refreshed, you should use this app. It's called Sleep Cycle, and it's mostly free. What it does is it tracks your sleep, and it listens to the sounds that you make while sleeping, and it knows exactly when you're in the lightest bit of sleep, and that's when it wakes you up. And when that happens, when you wake up in light sleep and not deep sleep, that's when you feel refreshed the most. And the best thing about it doesn't use this traumatizing iPhone alarm. It uses this gentle alarm that begins at a low volume, and then it keeps getting higher and higher until it wakes you up. And that is everything that helped me to transform my sleep, thus absolutely changing my life. I hope this helped you. If you liked this video, you're probably gonna like these ones.